This is Meerkat in for D7 with the weekend review, good through Sunday, November 22nd, 2015. And D7 should be back on Monday from his trip from California on business. Let's take a look here at the markets. Let's first look at what happened today, then what happened this week on the weekly candles, and then let's look at the monthly candles to see where we fit in the biggest picture. Let's start out here with the numbers. We've got the S&P 500 was up 0.36, and Dow Jones Industrials up 0.23, and the Qs had a strong day today, plus 0.67, along with the small caps Russell at plus 0.65. Bank was also up there at 0.68, confirming our move up nice and strong. The VIX was down 6.12% and down below 16 at 15.59. And then we had silver and gold. Both fell today, minus 0.88 and minus 0.45. And oil down just a little bit, minus 0.23, holding the week down there near the $41 level, testing the $40 level this week. Then the dollar up just a little bit, testing those highs, and then we had the trend trade not on for Grok graduates. All right, let's take a look here at the S&P 500 daily chart, and then we'll move to the weekly and then on to the monthly. Here's the S&P daily represented by the SPY ETF on it. So again, we had run up here, pulled back here, dropped last week here on Friday, and look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boomity boom, boom, boom. And we'll see on the weekly chart, we dropped 3%, and guess what? We went up 3.4% this week on the S&P. This is the biggest week of 2015. Then we have the Dow Jones Industrials, very similar, dropped, and then brewing up. Now the odd part is here, Friday was the low. And then we had the Paris attacks, and the markets ran up after that. Isn't that interesting? Then we have the NASDAQ, which is strongest, getting up here near its all-time highs, which it has set recently. And the one that has been lagging a little bit near the small caps here. And it did run up here. Now it did today again close above this 20 moving average here that it closed below slightly yesterday. And it actually went up here and tagged the 100 moving average there. And which was also, this line going across here was a prior swing high right over here, which was resistance here once again, and resistance here again. And we had bank here. Let's take a look here at bank. And again, we were rising in a channel here, broke out above, now came back up, and now it's touching its head up here near that resistance line right there. In fact, we should probably extend it now, right? There we go. Starting to move its way back up. Very, very strong. All right, let's go to the weekly charts. All right, let's take a look here at the SPY. We look at last week, a big down candle, about 3%. This week, up 3.5%. Kaboom! And where did it stop? I want you to take a look here. Right over here, as it says high, it stopped today at 210.12, and it tagged it and then pulled right back on the day. Told you that 210 area is major resistance. That's the 52nd time we've tagged it or crossed it here this year. That's more than once per week here on that 210 line. And I talked about yesterday, we are now in what I call the danger zone. We have been in this, see from up here of its all-time highs and down here to this 205 area. We have been stuck in this range. It came into that range back here in November. Then they came back up here starting in February, and we've been in there a long, long time. It dipped below, but now we're back into that range. So we just cannot seem to go higher this year than this the 213. It's just stuck in this range. So that, why? It could be all kinds of reasons, but again, we trade what we see, not what we think. Let's take a look at the weekly chart on the Dow Jones Industrials. It too was in this tight range here all year long here. Dipped below, and now we're back up right into the center of that range, up from its all-time highs up here at 183 down to 173. Kind of a 10-point range here for the DIA, the S&P on the Dow Jones Industrials. Taking a look here at the Qs for the NASDAQ. Now it was riding up. It's performing a little bit differently. Then it made a big dip. And now it's back up here. Very, very strong week, over 3% also for the S&P 500. And It's sitting up here getting ready to tackle those all-time highs we just set 2 weeks ago. But again, big dip. We have a major world crisis in Paris, and then boom, we recover very strongly. Small cap Russells, again, has been a little bit more bearish, and it was down here hitting its head, just could not seem to recover. Broke out and then broke down big, but then it came back, but it did not come back all the way from last week like the other markets did. It only came back about 50%, stopping right at this 100 moving average and this falling 20 moving average on the weekly chart. So it's a little more bearish than the other markets. Let's go ahead and go to the monthly charts. So here's the S&P monthly. We are 2/3 of the way through the month here. We just have one more full week left, and even that's not a full week because we have Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Next Thursday, markets will be closed, and then we just have one day, Monday, the following week. So we have 5 trading days left here in the markets, and basically doji right here, doji for the month so far. But we are testing those highs here. You can see how, look at that on the monthly. Let's look at all these months. It just could not break out. So we're back up to that resistance area, aka the danger zone. Here we are on the Dow Jones Industrial monthly chart. We were rising, made a big dip. Now we're getting back up into that area again. It's going to take a little while for us to get to the all-time highs. NASDAQ looking a little more bullish. It was up here in this rising wedge. It pierced down here, and then it settled in at the 20 moving average, has now gotten support, and now we're testing these all-time highs, which it did set a new all-time high during this month. And then the small cap Russell here on the monthly chart, again, it fell down here, and it is not recovering like the rest of them. So small caps are lagging the way, and that tends to be more bearish than bullish. What we like to see is the small caps and the leading the way along with, which would be the NASDAQ or the QQQ that we're looking at. So that one is at all-time highs, but lagging here are the small caps. Well, this is Mark the Meerkat. I just want to know if you'd like to get a trading education. Hey, I'm one of the lead mentors here with the 301 program. But if you want to learn how to trade the Grok Trade Way, just go to our site, free online, tradingeducation.com here. And down below here is a way for you to get started. If you have no education in the area of trading, you can just go here. You can get our 6 videos here, which can introduce you to trading. And they're free. Just put your information in here, and we'll send you a module every couple of days, and you can walk through that. And then for more structured education beyond that, you can go right there. Structured education takes you to groktrade.com. And go to Trading Education, a 101 course that I talked about, the free ones right there. We have a 201 course then, which is video-based, but this is where you learn how to trade. You don't learn about trading, you learn how to trade. And it's structured, and you can take it in many different parts, and you can do it, look at it as many times as you want, stop and go whenever you would like to. And this was a great way to fulfill on your trading education on how to trade. The next step after that would be to go with a live mentor. And your mentoring program starts out here with 3-day immersion training, where you learn everything you'll need to know, and you learn from traders like myself. We are traders in the market. We are not just educators. And it's just the beginning of your mentoring with us, because once you paid for your mentoring the first time, you can come back and take it again. And you can also access us as your mentors from this point forward. So we'll continue to coach and mentor you from this point forward. No additional charges for that. So if you want more information about that, fill out this information and hit submit. We'll give you a call just to interview you to see where you are at your trading and if our mentoring program may be of benefit to you. It's not a hard-pressed sales call. It's just an inquiry about where you are and how we might help you. And if it's a fit, that's great. And if it's not, that's okay too. Well, this is Mark the Meerkat. Meerkat trading rule number 10 out of my top 10 trading rules is, it's not the news that counts. It's the market's reaction to the news. Have a great weekend and trade well.